Hello everybody, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. With Monster Hunter Wilds taking like the past 2 weeks of my life over, I've decided to do a tier video on all the large monsters in the game, based solely on my opinion, obviously, because different people are gonna have different opinions. I'm a great sword main, so some battles may seem more easy to me and more difficult to others. And something I take into account very highly is the design of the monster. So I don't care about the battle as much as I care about the design, how cool they look. So design is, the battles are second for me, design is the first. So we're gonna start with, just a disclaimer, I've defeated every single monster like 50 times, but I'm not that good at the game. I've gotten every title, but I'm not the best at the game. I mean, I biff my tackles and all that. I miss my true charge slashes. So we're gonna start with the first monster, the Chotacabra. I really like him. For 3 monsters here, namely the first one, the final boss, and the flagship, I'm gonna do comparisons with the ones from Monster Hunter World, because I've only played base World and Wilds, so yeah. And Chotacabra is a really cool first monster. His design is really good. It's like a Minecraft frog. It's like a bulky frog. He reminds me a lot of Minecraft because he's like square, like rectangly. I don't know what to say. And a couple of his moves are really cute, really unique. When he rubs his hands in the sand to get the minerals in his arms, and when he licks you, obviously. Also, I've never done it myself. I've seen on other videos on TikTok that you can throw like mega barrels and he'll lick them and eat them and explode on his face. So yeah, he's a really cool first fight. And compared to the Great Jagras, I think it's better. It's a better fight, but the build up to it, it's not all that. Like the Balaharas in the beginning were a better build up, a more menacing creature than the Chotacabra was, but he's a goofy one, and based on the design, he's better than Great Jagras, because Great Jagras is just like a normal Jagras with longer hair. So he's gonna go on a low B tier for me. Now, the Quematrice. The second monster in the game is an instant A tier. I really like him. Or her. It's just a dinosaur chicken that can spew fire from his tail. Like, there's nothing else to say about it. That's all. It's just a really cool monster, and when you cut the tail, it's really amazing. It's like a really clean cut, and yeah, it's like a mini version of Teostra with all the firework, the sparkly fires and all that. Now, Lala Barina was my most anticipated monster when I saw it in the trailer. I saw a spider with a rose on its back and I was like, yeah, this is a cool one. This is a good monster. But I was kind of disappointed when it was like the third monster you fight in the game very early on, so it was obviously very easy. But I mean, the design makes up for it, and the fight is not all that. She just jumps around, uses that paralytic stinger, uses those paralytic like petals she has, and yeah, the fight is really not really underwhelming. I mean, but just for the design, just being a spider with a rose on its back, which is really cool, and the rose can bloom and go in again, and you can break the petals off the rose. And you can, like the lair, Lala Barina's lair is kind of amazing. I think it's really cool. So it goes into a low A tier for me. It's like lower than Quematrice. I like Quematrice more than I like La Labrina. And La Labrina gets points for its armor. I'm not going to include armor on any of the other ones, but La Labrina gets points for its armor. It's a really good armor. Now, Congalala. I know Congalala is like an early monster. It's a returning monster. It's not one that's new in the game. But I really don't like it. It's like just the design. Obviously, it's just a pink monkey. He's supposed to be goofy, I know. It's like just farting and puking all over the place. But it's not for me. I really don't like his design. I don't like the battle at all. The stench doesn't even do anything. I couldn't figure out what it did. I had to Google it, because that's how underwhelming the fight is. The only cool thing he has is that he can change his breath attacks. He can do paralytic breath. I think he can do poison breath. I don't know. I've never seen him do it. Whatever. And he can do the blast breath, but he's really easy to fight. And the thing is, you can't cut his tail, which is... I know you can't cut it because it's part of his moveset, because he has to get those mushrooms to eat, but it's not a fight that I like. I know people like him because he's goofy. He's like, haha, fart monkey. And I know people like him because he's from the older games, but for me, it's a D tier. Now, Balehara. Balehara's... I've seen mixed opinions on them. Most people don't like them, though. Because I say them because they always come in a pack. The introduction is great. So when you save that girl, Nona, I think was her name, from the Baleharas in the beginning, and you just run through them with the sacred. But... and the design, I think it's like a mini version of a sandworm from Dune, sorry. But, I mean, the tail is cool. The tail is like a coil. It just coils around the end. And he can do that, tail dash move. But that's it. The fight is pretty engaging, actually, because he can climb onto pillars, and you can throw him down. You can knock him down, sorry. He can just do those quicksand holes, which he can pull you in. And actually, I don't know why the screamer pods never work when he's doing that move. So, I don't know, but it's still a D tier for me. The design is underwhelming. The fight is not all that. It has interactivity, but its base moves are not all that. It just throws his tail at you and just shoots you with spit, with water, whatever. Doshaguma now. Doshaguma, they always come in a... Not always. In Scarlet Forest, they don't come in a pack. It has a great build-up. The whole first chapter is a build-up to Doshaguma, to the Alpha Doshaguma, mostly. And it's always the first gold crown you're gonna get, because the Alpha Doshaguma is huge. And its design is just basic. It's just a bear with big fangs. And his movesets, for me, for a greatsword user, they're amazing, because I can parry them and offset them a lot. So the fight is just you're fighting a WWE bear, you know? It's just basic left-right punches and a couple of dashes, a couple of ground slams, you know? But I like the fight. It's not all bad. The design, as I said, it's just a bear, but it builds into that factor of his, his intimidation factor, you know? So I think it's a C tier. It's not better than Chatacabra, no. Ultduna, the first of the Apex monsters. And I think it's the worst out of the Apexes. it's got this cool mechanic, and it's the only monster that has this mechanic, this veil mechanic, where it's got a veil, you gotta destroy the veil to attack it more normally, or you can go to the head and attack the head from there. I didn't know that it's slower with the veil. I saw it on a TikTok. It's slower with the veil, so if you don't destroy the veil, it's gonna do like slower attacks, but it's gonna do more shockwave attacks. It's gonna increase the tide. But I always destroy the veil. I've never fought it without the veil before. I don't know why. It's easier for me, and when you destroy the veil, it just looks like a slug. So the design is cool. I think the design is really cool. The veil mechanic is really unique, really, really nice. I don't know if the veil mechanic is in any other monsters. I don't think so. I mean, I've only played World, so it's not there, that I can assure you. So the design is cool, yeah. The fight is cool too, because you can, as I said, monsters that you can offset and Perfect Guard and Power Clash are like one of my favorites. So yeah, you can Power Clash Uthuna, and it's a really nice touch on it. And also the fights, the arenas you fight it in are good as well, because you've got a lot of things to do. You can pull down the dams, and when it goes down into the water in its final arena, you can pull down those ancient towers or whatever they are, so you can make it jump out of the water and do a ton of damage. So yeah, it's the worst of the Apex monsters, but it's a low A rank for me. Now, Rompopolo, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Rompopolo or Rompopolo. When I saw it in the trailers, I thought your weapon was gonna bounce off his hide when he's like inflated, when he's like a pyrocynical thing. But when you fight him and it just goes through, it just cuts through like butter. I like it more that way because it's easier, but still I thought it was gonna be like an armored monster. But I mean, based on the location where he is, he's an oil monster, so whatever. And the design is nice. I like it. It's not that bad. But you can't cut the tail, and it's obviously just another thing like Kongalala, where his tail is part of his moveset, so you can't cut it. And when it deflates, it's a really nice visual. When he fully deflates and it's just knocked down. It's a really nice one. Really cool. But I still think he's like a low C tier. It's above Kongalala. I like the fight more than Kongalala because he can do those oil sprout attacks, and he's got a poison attack with his tongue, which I've never like seen. He may have done it once or twice, but I didn't pay attention. Yeah, that's the fight, I guess. You just deflate him. I remember just deflating him every time he inflates. I deflate him again. He falls down, and I just wail on him. Now, Raidao, the second Apex monster, the Apex of the Windward Plains, is an S tier. The design is amazing. The introduction cutscene, amazing, where the Guardian Argveld kills him, and he gets struck by lightning, and he revives himself and goes after you. But the best part about Raidao, it's not the fight, it's not the design, it's the background music. Raidao has the best background music in the game. Also, the roar, where it's metal on metal, where when he screams, peak cinema. And the fight is pretty interactive too. He mostly stays on the ground. He has a couple of moves where he jumps around in the air. but most of his fight is on the ground. He can do that coil rail gun attack. You can also, when he drags his arm, when he's flying and he drags his arm along the ground where it sparks electricity, if you destroy those blue parts in his arm, he doesn't do that anymore. He drags his arm along the ground, but it doesn't spark electricity, and that works with every part of his body, even the tail as well. And he's got really good openings when he does that big railgun attack, which is like one of the best looking attacks in the game. That's amazing as well. And after he does that, you just go, you pop a focus strike on his head, bam, he's down. So yeah, Raidao, first S tier, amazing fight. Now, Nerskila, or Nerskila, whatever, I don't know how it's pronounced. And Nerskila is a better spider fight than Lelebarina is, as a fight. As a design, I know it's a returning monster, I don't like it that much as a design. It's just a basic spider, it just got spikes on its back. Those stinger things she pulls out that poison you, that's an easy attack. You can just block it or dodge it and go for a focus strike there. That's an easy knockdown instantly. And just like Lelebarina, the fight is really easy because if you get like one wound in one of her feet, you can knock her down, get a wound in some other feet, knock her down again, just keep knocking her down. So yeah. But the design is just a basic spider. And you can break the stinger, you can break the mantle that covers it. And I don't know, I read this in a comment. I don't know if it's true. But Nerskila's mantle is actually Gypceros hide. Not sure if it's true. That's a pretty cool detail. But Nerskila is a B tier for me. No, what? Oh, sorry. Misclick. A B tier. No. It's better than Chatacopper. It's a nice design, nice fight. The design is basic, but it's nice. It's just like Doshaguma, a spider and a bear. And a monkey. Now, Hirabame. For the Hirabame, people say it's an F tier fight. It's the worst fight, the worst design. I don't think there are any F tier monsters here. I think Hirabame is the worst of the bunch. Like the worst monster. It's a new design. It's a centipede, a flying centipede with like a balloon head, whatever it's called. But I don't think it's that bad. You can knock him down pretty easy. It's mostly an aerial fight, but you can knock him down pretty easily. You can just hit him a couple times, he's knocked down, or you hit him a couple times, his tail breaks, you get that piercing pod from his tail, you throw it at him, and he's down. But the fight is really underwhelming. The design is, it's not all that, but the fight is quite underwhelming. So, it's the worst monster. There's not going to be any monster lower than Hirabame. But I don't think it's an F tier. It's not bad. Now, Ajarakan. No, it's Ajarakan. It's probably Ajarakan. Is also an S tier fight. Below Raidao. I said before, fights where you can power clash and offset strikes and, are the best for me. And Ajarakan is all that. He just punches down at you. You can parry it, power clash, offset, knock him down, cut his tail off. And when his tail is cut off, he can do that banging on his head. That banging on his head is amazing, by the way. When he gets into his enraged form, that he bangs his head with his tail and just lights his mantle, his I don't know what, his back up, I guess. his ultimate move, the Beyblade meteor or whatever it's called, I don't know. When he spins her, he just makes like a little crater, he spins on it, and he jumps in the air at you. You can perfect guard that. I have perfect guarded it like exactly once. You can offset that. I haven't offset that. But it's amazing. So it's a really good fight. And I haven't fought Rajang, the electric monkey, in the world, because he's in Iceborne. But I hope we get Rajang as well, because I know how he fights. I know you can just go ham on it with power clashes. So I really like Jarakan. Now, Nu Udra, the third Apex. I think, by design, he's the best Apex. By design only. But Raidao takes it on everything else. No. Nu Udra is better. The only thing Raidao takes is actually the theme song, the background music. Nu Udra is peak. I love octopi monsters, octopi, yeah, you say it, octopus, cephalopods. I love them. I think it's the first one. It's the first octopus monster in any mainland games. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But it's a really good design. It's all oily. It's got the sound design is amazing when he gets knocked down and is like, oh. The moves are, moves that an octopus can do. He just wails at you with his arms. But when he's enraged, when he's on fire, that's the best part. If you're far away from him, or he can just like bloop, on the ground, get inside the ground, get out of the ground, go somewhere else, and he can do that flamethrower attack. There's just an aura farming moment. You can just like block it with that. I can't walk forward with a great sword, but it's amazing when you block it. So yeah, the fight is amazing. The design is really cool. I know there's a flash pod in his arena. If you use that, it doesn't affect him. I don't know if he has his eyes closed and when he's enraged he opens his eyes. But I've tried it even with his eyes opened and it doesn't work anyways. So I don't know. What's that about? Something. I don't know. But yeah. And when he goes to sleep, he just enters his hole and there's just a little tentacle coming out. Oh, and you can cut every single tentacle. That's amazing. There's another cephalopod monster here, the Zuu, whatever you call him. You can't cut all his arms, but you can cut all of Nu Udra's arms. Peak monster. Now, the Guardian Doshaguma, it's pretty much the same as the Doshaguma fight. Pretty much. He just has those dragon milk, whatever, attacks, which you can use. You can blow them up yourself. Something I've noticed with the Guardian Doshaguma is that when you pop a wound, he will always follow with like a slam, and you pop a wound, you offset him. Always works. Pop a wound, offset, always works. And you probably just make another wound while he's offsetting, so you can do that again. Like a vicious cycle. Obviously, as every single Guardian here, he gets knocked down when you pop a lot of wounds, like 3 or 4, I think. He gets knocked down, loses his regenerative abilities, because if you don't know, Guardians can regenerate wounds if you let them linger long enough. But I think, obviously, it's a better fight than the normal Doshaguma. And I like it more, so. The design is pretty much the same, it's just blue. So yeah, blue and white. Here it goes. It's still not better than the Chotacabra. Now, Guardian Rathalos. When I started World, I hated Rathalos. after I've Platinum World, I played it a bit longer. I still hate Rathalos. I don't like him that much. But the Guardian Rathalos is better than the World Rathalos. I'm going to talk about Wilds Rathalos later, but Guardian Rathalos is better than World Rathalos. Because, first of all, he doesn't stay in the air that long. I think it's easier to knock him down. I think that goes for every flying monster here. I mean, just Rathalos and Guardian Rathalos, whatever. But it's way easier to knock him down. You can just hit him a couple times when he's in the air and he's like staggered. You hit him a couple more times and he's down instantly. He's got the Guardian thing where you can pop wounds and he'll just power down. And I mean, he doesn't have poison on his claws. I haven't seen anybody talk about this, but this is a thing with even base Rathalos. They had poison on their claws. They don't anymore. Why is that? I mean, the poison was annoying, but why don't they have it anymore? The Guardian can do those wilk attacks, those things that come out of the ground, but it's really easy to just dodge them. They both have, because I'm pretty much talking about both of them now, they both have that new move where it's like a triple shot, just like the Rathian has one, but he shoots a fireball, he moves, he shoots another, he moves again, he shoots another, which is a nice touch, I think. So the Guardian Rathalos is better than, it's a high B tier, it's better than all of these. Now, Jindahad. Jindahad, everybody who's played the game knows there's like 3 monsters that are a bit of a challenge. The game is easy, but 3 monsters are a bit of a challenge. And that's Jindahad, Gormagala, and Argvild. Gormagala and Argvild are on another level. They're way harder than Jin is. But Jin can also be, to new players especially, can also be a nuisance. He's huge, first of all. The design is amazing, I think. A huge ridge monster, like those ridges, like those... It seems like it's made out of Lego or some shit. So, the design is pretty cool. The arena is a unique arena, obviously. You fight him in a unique arena every time. You can't fight him in the open world, the cliffs, like you fight every single other monster. And the fight is broken down always into 3 stages, no matter how much your damage output is. Only in low rank, it's like 2. The first stage, or 4. Are there 4? I think they're 4. Yeah, they're 4. Actually, they're 4. The first stage, pretty easy. It doesn't do anything much. It just has a couple of ice attacks, a couple of ice slams, and the mechanic where you have to destroy the ridges, you don't have to, but it's easier if you destroy them because he does less potent attacks. It's pretty cool. I always intend to cut his tail in the first stage. Then the second one is you can get a pack of Hirabami to distract him and just wail on him. Or you cannot do that, it's up to you. I always destroy the lower end back ridge on that stage. Then the third stage is when he can do his supernova attack first. If you don't know, if you played the game, you know. His supernova attack, where you have to go behind a pillar, behind like a ice wall to not get destroyed by it, not get carded. And that attack carded me the first time on low rank. I didn't know what to do. So yeah. And it's carded me more than once because sometimes I forget to not use those ice things, those ice covers. I just throw them down on Jin, and when he does that attack, I don't have any more, so I can do shit. So the third phase is way better than the first two, because first of all he can do that attack. He has a pillar where he can climb on. He does this like beam attack, an ice beam. He does it 4 times, and the 4th time you can pull down the pillar, wail on him. On the 3rd stage, I always intend to destroy his head, because you can destroy the main ridge without destroying every single one around him. And the 4th phase, where he just jumps down, and it's a bigger arena, but you don't have that much to work with. You have only those ice covers. Oh, and in the 3rd stage, there's a wall you can pull down on him. So Jindahad is a really good fight. Oh, and he's an Apex as well, so the Apexes except Ultuna are like all S tier for me. Now, Ebony Odogaron. Or Odogaron. I think it's Odogaron though. This and Zhu, and I think Jindahad as well, were the only fights that I didn't have spoiled. Not spoiled as in I saw the fight, and Quema Tricha as well, but I didn't know they were gonna be in the game. I saw Jin in one of the trailers, but I didn't understand him, so yeah. But these 3 were the only fights that I didn't know were gonna be in the game. Probably Guardian Doshaguma as well, but same thing as Doshaguma. And the cutscene where your character is like a sentry who's a tracker, and it's probably an Odogaron. Odogaron was one of my favorite monsters in World, so Ebony Odogaron, I've never fought him. I know it's the same, he just has dragon attacks, but I mean, it's an amazing fight. A base Odogaron is an amazing fight. It's just a super aggressive dog. Ebony Odogaron was apparently even better, and a Guardian Ebony Odogaron, peak. Insanely peak. But, I mean, the fight, the design is amazing, obviously, because Odogaron has an amazing design, but the fight itself is way easier than a base Odogaron, I think. Because he has those jumping attacks where he just slams his hands and makes instant exploding Wilk pop out. I don't know, Wilk plants, whatever they are. He can do that instantly, and he can deal a lot of damage. But as I said, with every single Guardian, if you pop a lot of wounds on him, he's gonna power down, and he becomes way slower. And it's really easy to just wail on him. And his limbs, I mean, he's like a dog, so his limbs are really breakable, instantly breakable. So yeah, that's it. I think the fight is an S tier, but a Jarakan is better, and you can't power clash him. I don't know why they thought of that, but you can't, probably because he's too small to put a greatsword in his mouth, but you can't power clash him. So yeah, I've got a lot more S tiers than I thought, and there's gonna be a couple more coming. I think you know who they are, but still. Now, Zhu, however you pronounce his name. The game doesn't tell you this, but he's the apex of the last area. Because he can eat every single one of these guardians. And as I said, I love cephalopod monsters. I think they're really cool. But Zhu is a little bit lackluster. I mean, his design is just a alien octopus, which is just a normal octopus, because octopi are most likely aliens. He just has a mouth on his head and a mouth underneath him. Oh, and you can knock him down when he's trying to do the mouth dash at you, and he's knocked down backwards, which is pretty cool, which is a pretty cool thing to do. And as I said before in the fight with Nuudra, you can't cut all of his limbs because two of them are like his main attackers. You can't do that because Nuudra attacks with every single one of his limbs. Even Zhu attacks with every single one of his limbs, but two of them are the main, which it extends with, and that extending move does hella damage, does a lot of damage. But yeah, the design is, it looks like he has a smile, a sinister smile. Also, something I haven't talked about in any of these monsters, but the titles on Zhu are the best. I used the Void title. It's amazing. The titles when you kill him like 40 times or 50 times. But still, the fight is not all that, and the design is pretty basic. Cool, but pretty basic. So, he's a low. Maybe better than Ultuna. Now, for Guardian Argvild and Zoshia, I'm just gonna rate them. I fought them only once, so I can't say that much. I know Zoshia is supposed to be like a culmination of every single big monster that you fought throughout the games, but I haven't fought any. I've just fought, what's it called, Zenergiva. And I know it's like one of the best designed ones. I mean, the design is pretty cool. The part when it becomes white and black, and then fully black and fully white, and the screen wide attacks. So the fight is really cinematic, the design is really cool, and that's why it's an S tier for me. But I fought him only once, so I can't fully say that. I'm just saying this just to please everybody. But when he gets to high rank, and probably on the next title update, hopefully on the next title update, we're gonna see. I'm gonna see. I know it's a good fight. I remember the fight being good, but still. And Guardian Argvild, I think it's the same fight as Argvild. I don't remember if he has those Wilk plants that grow when he attacks. But since it's the same fight as Argvild, only easier, way easy, I'm just gonna put him in A tier. I don't have much to say about these two fights, that's why. Now, Jan Kutku, whatever it's called. He's also a returning monster. And he's really hard. The first time I fought him, I died to this guy twice. I carded twice. I didn't card to Guardian Argvild once. Really hard. And it teaches you to capture monsters. But his moves, he doesn't stop moving. He does like that fireball spitting dash where he spews a fireball left and right. He spews another fireball at you. He buries his head on the ground and he just dashes at you. What a fight, man. Now, after fighting him like 50 times, he's not hard. But the design is... it's just a dragon, just a small dragon. Like, it reminds me of those baby dragons from Shrek. So yeah, I think he's better than the Shaguma, because the fight is harder, obviously, and I like harder fights. But, Gypsyros. Gypsyros is also a returning monster. And when I fought, he's a goofy guy as well. Really goofy. He's like on the same tier as Kongalala or Shatakabra. Really goofy. He's made out of rubber, so you can't capture him with Shock Trap, which I learned the hard way. And he has the fake out death, which is like one of the best animations ever. He just dun 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 dun. He powers himself down. You can carve him, and then he gets up again. Amazing. Also, he does that thing with the head, where he taps it like 3. He doesn't tap it. It just does like ting ting ting, and he blinds you. But he also does that if you break his head, and he does like the ting, 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 and he tries to blind you, nothing comes out. No light. Which is really funny for me. But still, the design is not a lot. It's unique, but it's still not a cool design. So I think it's like a low C tier for me. Because the fight is just, it's not hard, it's not anything. You just punch his head, you just attack his head, punch his head, I don't know what I say. Now, Rathian's design is really cool. It's a base dragon, a base wyvern, not a dragon. But the design is really cool, and I like the color green. However, Rathian has two of the worst moves in the whole game. The tail spin, where she jumps and spins her tail and instantly poisons you. It happens every time. And the triple dash. Now, in this game, the triple dash is way easier to dodge, because it's a way wider area in every single place you fight her. And she just moves a lot. You've got a lot of time to dodge it. And also, its whole body isn't a hitbox when it happens. Only its legs are. Because in World, its whole body was a hitbox, so you could get hit from every single part of it. Now, if you stay between her legs, you don't get hit by the dash. But the tailspin is the worst thing ever. But it's a returning monster, and I like it. It's a C tier. I like the design. Yeah, that's it. The fight is just a Rathian. Everybody knows how to fight a Rathian. It's one of the first few monsters you fight. Anyways. Now, Guardian, Fulgur, Anjanath. When I first started World, I started in 2021. I reached Anjanath. The game wasn't clicking with me. I reached Anjanath. I died. I lost the quest like 3 or 4 times. And I quit the game. I didn't even want to play it anymore. But I came back like a year later, I think. I beat Anjanath, and then I beat the game. Then I left it again, and I platinumed it like a month ago. But still, Anjanath was my first roadblock. And I had like this hatred for her. But when it returned, when I saw, because I haven't fought this Fulgur version, this electricity version. When I saw the design and the electric attacks peak, the design is just Anjanath. It's just blue and white, and with like those electric wings. The fight is peak. Every single move is like really cinematic. It reminds me of the Thor and Kratos fight from God of War Ragnarok. The way when she I don't know how to say this. When she just bites the floor and electricity comes out of it, and those wilk flower, those wilk plants or whatever, the wilk rocks, whatever they are, they come out of it. It's just amazing. I don't know. So Anjanath is like a high A tier. Really good. It's a really good fight. Really good design. It has that thing, like with every Guardian fight, where it just powers down when you destroy a lot of its wounds. And it just becomes like a basic Anjanath at that point, where it doesn't even have fire attacks, so yeah. But just for the enraged part, the wilky parts, it's a high A tier. It's amazing. Now Rathalos. I spoke about Rathalos when I was speaking about the Guardian one. And I think it's better than the Guardian fight. Because, I mean, the Guardian fight, as I said, it can power down and make it a really slow fight. And Rathalos doesn't do that. But the fact that he gets knocked down pretty easily this time, and he doesn't have poison on his claws, makes the fight more enjoyable, in my opinion. I mean, I wouldn't mind the poison because he gets knocked down easily, so you don't get hit with his claws that much. But still, it's more enjoyable than World. And the Rathalos is more enjoyable than the Guardian version, because, as I said, the pace of the fight is normal. It doesn't get slowed down when you power him down. Now, Gravios, another returning monster. And people are gonna hate me for this, but I really don't like Gravios. I really don't. I mean, I've put all of the returning monsters in low tiers, but I don't like Gravios. Way too armored for me. I use a greatsword, but it's still way too armored. He's got, like, when you're on blue sharpness, you can't even hit him. You can't damage him. You have to be on white just to damage him, and all of your attacks are like white. Nothing is critical. But he has something that you can focus. You can focus strike every single one of his attacks. When he attacks with the tail, his tail glows red, so you can focus strike that. When he shoots fire at you, his head glows, so you can do that. And he has one of the most visual destroying things, where you break his belly twice and you can see that it's opened wide. And that's pretty cool, I think. But still, I think Gravios is a D tier. He also has an aura forming moment, just like Nuudra, where he shoots it with that laser, and you can just block the laser. That's pretty cool. But I still think he's a D tier. Now, Blangonga, however you pronounce this, he's also a returning monster. But I think he's a high B tier. He's like an upgraded Kongalala version. It's a pretty good fight. It's faster, it's harder. And I think the design is still just a monkey. But this time he's angrier. You can power clash with him. And you can offset it. I think you can offset Kongalala too. I've never tried, but still. And for example, on Kongalala's fight, you can just go behind him. He just does that fart attack, which does nothing. Just does the stench debuff and removes a bit of your health. And you can wail on his ass. If you go behind Blangonga, he does the backwards drop kick. You're dead. Also, I fought him when he's frenzied. He does not let up. He has really small health. You can beat him in like 2 minutes. But he does not let up. He does one attack and the other and the other and the other and the other, and you're dead. You're carded. So I think Kongalala is Blangonga is a way better fight than Kongalala in terms of monkey fights. Now, the last two. Gore. Come on. Gore and Darkwind. The best fights in the game. No, wait. Let me just... Can I put this back here? No. Okay, whatever. Because I want to talk about Gore first. Gore is the hardest fight in the game. No doubt about it. I've been on Discord servers where we talk about it. Gore is the hardest fight. Now, it has two things that make it hard. First of all, the arena. If you fight Gore in the basic arena, the Wounded Hollow, or what's it called, it's a bit easier. But the arena in Gore's fight in the cliffs also works to your advantage, because you can use those things you can pull down. There's other monsters that Gore can get distracted. You can pull. I mean, there's this part, the bridge where Gore goes to. It goes sometimes. It has 3 falling boulders you can pull down on Gore. So you pull one, you do like 1,000 damage or like 900 damage, I think, when you're solo. You bust down his head. He gets up. You pull down another. Again, same thing. So the fight is over super quickly, and so the arena can work to your advantage and to your disadvantage. Because sometimes when there are some parts of the arena that are small, and Gore opens his arms, his wings, and you can't see shit. So yeah. And the second thing about Gore is its movements. It's every single move that he does are too erratic. They don't have like a good tell. Because sometimes I see Gore lift his arm up and I just block, because I'm like, oh, he's gonna slam it down. He slams it down next to me and he just pulls it up and he does that frenzy attack. Sometimes he can do the triple spit attack with the how do you say it? The converging spits. They just move in like a oval shape, and with the same visual, he does the single straight spit. So yeah, he has, and when he's Gore has like one of the best designs. I haven't fought him before because I haven't played Rise, but he has one of the best designs. I mean, it's really cool. And he's blind. It's amazing. So yeah, Gore, one of the best fight, the hardest fight. But the design, when he's enraged, when he gets those feelers up and his wings light up purple. Oh my god. Top tier. Then we have Argveld. Now, oh yeah, I said I was gonna compare Xerxia to Xeno'jiiva, but whatever. Never mind. Now we have Argveld, the flagship. Before Argveld, my favorite fight from World was Nergigante. Now it's Argveld. Nergigante is on second place. He's, I think, by my opinion, without playing Iceborne yet, the best designed, the best fight in the series. His moves are parryable. Power Clash. Every single move is pretty noticeable. You can tell what he's doing. You have time to dodge every single move. So he's not unfair at all. But it's difficult because if one move gets you, you're down to half health instantly. The chains, when he pulls out, like, because he has 2 normally and he breaks them up, and it's 4 when he's enraged. Peak design. He does the same moves but with more chains. When you get hit with that chain whip slam, whatever that is, because he slams it once, then the second one comes down, so you have to block twice for that. Yeah, it's an amazing fight. The only thing that I don't like on Argveld is, you know how Nergigante's move was, the ultimate move was the dive bomb that he does? And everybody died to that move. I've died way too many times before I figured out how to dodge it. And I still die. I probably still die if it does it when I'm like near him. I don't know, because I don't have time to Superman dive out of the way. So that move is a good ultimate move. Argveld's ultimate move, I call it the crash out slam, the thing he does where he just does like 3 big explosions. That never killed me. That never carded me. I don't know. It's like, it's an ultimate move, but you can dodge it really, really easy. It's like the easiest move to dodge in the game, I think. I mean, I get hit more with Rathian's Tail Spike than I get hit with Argwell's thing. So yeah, that's it. That was my tier list. Let me know if you have any comments on it. I mean, obviously you're gonna have comments on it, but still, thanks for watching. And if this goes well, I'll probably make more tier lists. Thank you. Bye.